Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a seed starting video with you guys. So let me go over my process and the things that I use. Sorry if it's a little setup weird. I'm trying to figure out a good setup for doing this, and this is what I came up with. So the first thing I have is this tray right here. It is from Jiffy. I bought it at Lowe's and it just came with just the tray like this. Now last year I was using this, I was putting the dirt directly into this, and I had got confused and it was really hard to keep up with that way. So this year I'm going to use this system with these little 6-pack things and put them inside so I can water them from below, because with seeds you want to water from below, and a few of the types of seeds that I am planting today need to be germinated by light, therefore it's not a good idea to water them from overhead. Now I use the seed starting mix, potting mix from Miracle-Gro. You can grow your seeds in regular Miracle-Gro soil. It's not going to hurt them. They are just not, like last year I grew them in the regular Miracle-Gro. This is the first year that I'm actually doing seed mix. And the difference is there's less heavy materials in the seed mix. And the best thing you can do is to pre-moisten it to where it is wet, it holds its form, and it's not dripping when you squeeze it. That is the best consistency. And then from there, I'm just going to, what I'm going to do first is take it from right here. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let me back up a little. Okay, so take my thing and you just want to pack it in there. This way, because this seed starting mix is really light, and of course when you water soil it does settle, and so you really want to pack things down in there so nothing's settling when you do go to water it. Now you do want to give it one spray on the top just to settle the seed down into the soil, but other than that you can just water in the tray is what I'm going to do. And I know there's some trays that you can buy that have like wicking mats and different things like that, but I don't like to waste a bunch of money on a process that I do once a year. Like I don't see the value in it, because I only do this for my basically own, because I want to. I don't sell a lot of stuff out of my garden. I hope to change that, but for right now I don't. And so I'm just going to put these in here as much as they will fit. This way, because as I'm studying my, I'm in school, as you guys know, I'm in school for garden and landscape, and a lot of times these YouTube channels, they will tell you to overseed and then thin them out. But with seeds nowadays, they have a higher germination rate per package. So most of the time, whatever you plant, you're going to end up growing. And so you could save yourself a lot of time and effort by actually just sowing the amount of seeds that you want rather than double, because then you can save your time of having to thin them out. You don't have to thin them out and all that, and they have more space, so you won't have to re-pot them and all that. It actually does save you a lot of time and seeds, because when you're going to thin out a bunch of seeds, you inevitably waste them, which is no good. So it says in my books that just to seed what exactly you would like to harvest, and then kind of stagger your if it's like vegetables and you do want more, you can stagger the planting times to then stagger the harvest times. As long as you do it within, you know, a week or so of each other, a couple weeks. I am starting, the reason I'm starting these so early is because this year I'm going to try to grow, well, not going to try, I'm going to grow delphiniums, and I'm going to grow a few other things that are kind of slow. They're slow to take off, so they take about 10 to 16 weeks to be ready to plant outside, which is about a sweet spot right where I'm at, you know. It is February 3rd. Can y'all believe it's already February 3rd? Like time is so weird because as you get older, time seems to go a lot faster. And you can take, I think the best way to label things like these are to take some type of popsicle stick or something like a piece of wire or even just a regular stick, and take a piece of tape and wrap it around the top and like a little flag almost. Or you can just write directly on the popsicle stick and then put a piece of tape over that, because if you know, you guys, if you use permanent marker in the garden, you know, the consistent watering and everything, it will wash away. And so that's why I suggest the permanent or the tape over the marker so it doesn't fade, and so you're not left wondering like I have been most years. You're not left wondering like what the hell you planted. But thank goodness, if you guys do start growing gardens, or if you just want to start learning about plants, I suggest joining some Facebook groups, because there's a lot of different Facebook groups that are for identifying plants, and like even wild plants and mushrooms and trees, like, and they're really super helpful. They're full of like a bunch of knowledgeable people, and it's a really great place to learn. Another good place to learn about gardening is somebody I follow. Her name is Laura. Her channel is called, well, her and her husband's channel is called Garden Answer. And I have learned a ton of knowledge through this woman. And I thank her for all of her hard work. And yeah, it's just been a great hobby to pick up, because it is an act of shamanism. Like I always tell you, it brings you in touch with aspects of yourself that you didn't know existed. It helps you to, like, when you can actually see the benefit of positive talk and positive reinforcement through your plants. If your home has a lot of negative energy in it, your plants will most likely not thrive. But if you talk to them daily, play them classical music, I know I sound crazy, you guys, but trust me, they are living beings. They're going to pick up on that energy. And if you just say beautiful things to them, and they really like classical music, like Chopin, Beethoven, Mozart, they like that kind of music. That's why mine flourish and bloom in the winter. I mean, that's what I believe. That's why they flourish. Of course, I could be wrong, but I've looked up studies where they did that type of stuff, where they paid compliments to one plant in a glass box and negative reinforcement to the other, and the one that they were negative to, that it actually wilted. Really sad. Okay, so now that I've got this part done, I'll show you the seeds. Well, let me go wash my hands really quick, you guys. Okay. So the first ones that I'm going to start, these are my things for my labeling. I got some of these sticks, popsicle stick, and this packing tape. So I've got these Johnny seeds right here. So I've got Blue Glitter Eryngium. Transplant, sow 10 to 16 weeks before last frost date. Do not cover as light aids in germination. Bother, water, or mist lightly to avoid covering seeds. So, I'm going to need to find a place for all these though. I have to get a grow light. That will be coming next. And something that I need to get. So Blue Glitter Eryngium is actually, it's called Sea Holly. And these are a good cut flower. They're really, really spiky, so I just be careful with them, but I want them for, what do you call it? Flower arrangements. And of course to dry. So yeah, the light aids in the germination of these, so we've got to not cover them. Actually, most of the ones that I'm starting today need light to germinate, which I did not know that. So that's why it's always good to read the back of the pack, or read the back of the pack or do some research on it. And of course the delphinium and the belladonna are poisonous plants. So if you plan on planting them, I wouldn't be so scared to plant them around pets or children, because most pets are going to avoid things that they're just going to naturally know that not to ingest that unless they're like complete idiots. And children, it's actually a good thing for them to learn. It's a good moment for you to teach children what they can and cannot ingest and what they can and cannot touch in the garden. So that way, you know, when they do go someplace nice, they're not just totally overcome by their temptations to get into something. Because if you never teach or trust a kid to calm themselves, then, you know, it's harder on them. But let's not get into stuff like that. So this is the Magic Fountains Delphinium. I have never grown any of these flowers before. So if there's something that you want to grow but it kind of looks intimidating, don't be intimidated. Just grow it. Just do what you can and grow what you can. Because like I tell Mark and a lot of people, you never know what you're capable of until you actually try. Like, you could be the world's best artist, but if you never give yourself a chance to do that, to do art, how will you ever know? Just because you think you can't do it doesn't mean you actually can't do it. So yeah, I just want you guys to be open to new things and new experiences, and don't close yourselves off just because you think, you know, just because you're thinking. And that's all it is your mind and your heart at battle. Your heart knows that you should be doing something, but you keep talking yourself out of it. Let yourself surrender to what your heart wants. Start to trust yourself and listen to yourself. When you get a gut feeling, listen to it. Don't ignore it. And actually, that process actually can help you in the long run. Once you start to trust yourself once, then you can do it twice, and then you can keep doing it, and before you know it, you have the confidence of a wolf pack. So keep working, my friends. So what does this one say? This one is the Colorado Mix Yarrow. This is the yellow and like orange toned yarrow. So this one says, do not cover seed as light aids germination. Yep. And these Johnny seed packs, they have a lot of information on them, and you can open them from the top and then reseal them, because, you know, I don't know many people who grow their whole packet of seeds every year. And these seeds are so small they come in an extra package. Yarrow, also known as the witch's herb. Oh, okay. Got quite a few yarrow seeds. Oh! Is that the yarrow or is that the... I can't tell if that's the stuff it's in or if that's the seed. I think that was just the stuff it was in. The seeds look black to me. No, those were seeds. So that's enough then of that. Well, there we go. Okay, and the next thing I want to start is, so let me label these really quick before I forget what they are. I'm going to break this stick in half. Yarrow. This other one is Belladonna. Ow, that really hurt. Belladonna. And then we've got Orangium, Blue Glitter, and Delphiniums. Now I'm going to take my packing tape, just the smallest piece, and cover the name tag and stick it right down into the soil. And then from this point on, I do have the humidity dome, so I will water them in with the spray bottle. And keep the humidity dome on the top of it until they come up. And then what you want to do from that point is put them in a place where they're going to get lots of sun, but where they're going to like put a fan on them so they can get stronger. And you don't want to keep the humidity dome on top of it the whole time because it could harbor fungus and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to do oh, I got a thing of, oh, I'm going to do these right here. I'm going to do some more patchouli, these patchouli seeds. I got these off of the Amazon, and it's actually quite a bit of patchouli seeds, you guys, look. And patchouli gets big. One seed will get huge, I promise you. Like that one patchouli plant I had in the garden was from one seed. And these seeds are itty bitty seeds, just like the yarrow. So I'm gonna take these. And the smaller the seed, the more comfortable I feel kind of overplanting. So that way I can just transplant later. Because I do, since it is so early, I'm going to have to bump probably this. The patchouli is a really slow growing plant from seed. Which is why I'm starting it now. And then, so I'm gonna do some more mugwort this year. Oh, let me mark my thing. Patchouli. I am so excited and so ready to start gardening, you guys. I get so depressed during the winter, just seasonal depression on top of regular depression because of the lack of light. It was really bad when I lived in Alaska. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like to live there, because it was so dark and it made me so depressed. These mugwort seeds are even smaller than the patchouli seeds. But they grow into a big plant as well. I've had my mugwort plant outside for the past 3 years, and it is every summer I have to cut it because I trim it and bring it inside and use it for dream work, but I have to trim it down a couple times a year, and it's still, by the end of the summer, it's still waist high, and it is a beautiful plant. It's one of my favorites. So the last one that I'm going to do, because I've got one more, where did my marker go? I've got one more cell thing to do. Is I'm going to start some sweet peas. I do have a pack of columbine seeds in the fridge because they need a cold period to germinate. Just like the magnolia seeds that I had, they need germinate. They've been in the fridge for 3 months. Well, since September actually. It's been quite a while. Last thing is these sweet peas right here. Oh, actually these can be put outside in April or March. But I'm going to start them indoors because I've never grown these before, so I just want to see how they fare. These are big seeds compared to all the other ones I just did. Okay. One. These big ones I'm only going to do one per cell. And 6. And if you want, you can take a layer of vermiculite or perlite to layer on the top, which helps to retain moisture and keep off fungus from growing. But that's up to you. I'm not going to do it because I am in zone 7B or 7A, so it does usually summers start pretty quick here. It should start getting warm here actually pretty soon. And with the sweet pea, sweet peas actually grow wild around here. So after that, then I will, like I told you, water them in. Where's my spray bottle? And you just want to be super careful, especially about these ones that need light. So just water them in. And since the soil is already pre-moistened, it should be fine for a day or two, a few days. But then after that, you want to water directly into the bottom here. And then take the humidity zone and just like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.